What's up, guys? And today I got a pretty interesting mod coming for the RCF. Now I could tell you guys, but before that I need a few tools to actually install the mod. So I'm gonna keep the RCF here, but I'm gonna take the V8 Honda HR-V over to the store to go and grab some supplies. Time to hear that cold start. We got a red start button. You guys know this is a V8. Yo, this thing sounds crazy. All right, guys, it's time to hear it. Sorry, neighbors. Shee. Damn, I got the paddle shifters too. Yo, anyone trying to race? Yeah, I thought so, because you probably get gapped in this. And if anyone thinks they know what I'm installing today on the RCF, tell me in the comments below. Wait, it's not my Honda Pilot. What the fuck? Wait, was this always here? Anyways, yeah, guys, tell me in the comments below what you think I'm installing today. Also, guys, I'm also going to say that I've been so excited to install this mod for so long. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I've ever seen anyone with a Lexus with this mod. They have had similar mods, but not this particular spec, you feel me? So it's pretty cool to do something kind of different that other people don't do. Now, I'm gonna be honest, you guys are either going to love it or hate it. Me, I think I'm gonna love it. I think, hopefully. All right, guys, we just made it to Harbor Freight 2s. I'm gonna try to make this a 2-second trip, hopefully. Damn. All right, this is one of the things we need. And let's see what we have. We have a screwdriver set, we have a pick set, and we got these gloves for free. If you guys don't know, Harbor Freight, they are giving away free stuff. This was one of the free items. They had like 2 other stuff for free, but I think out of all 3, I think this one was the one that's worth it. I do have a pair of gloves, but it doesn't hurt to have 2. This is the box, right? So it is a square box. And this is the next mod for the RCF. So in the comments below, tell me what you guys think is in this box. Such a cute cat and a friendly one at that. Enough of you. I got to go mod my car. All right, guys, I know that you guys have been waiting for a while, but if you guessed it correct in the comment, this is indeed a... Oh, there's another layer. This is indeed a carbon fiber steering wheel, but if you guys notice something, there's something different. It's missing the top. So yes, this is indeed a fighter jet style carbon fiber steering wheel for the Lexus RCF. Yeah, I'm gonna take it out and show you guys in the sun. All right, guys, so this is the steering wheel that I will be installing in the RCF.
Brother, what's that?
As you guys can see, it is indeed missing the top half on purpose. I call this, or people call this, the fighter jet style steering wheel. Now, the reason why I got this steering wheel instead of the other ones with the LED top is one, because I'm gonna be honest, everyone has the one with the LED top. And as I said earlier, I'm trying to be different with this car. And also, believe it or not, every time I pull up to car meets with this car, someone always says about how this thing looks like a spaceship. So I was just thinking, if it looks like a spaceship, I kind of want it to also feel like a spaceship. So that's my kind of idea and rationale behind this. Now, obviously, I know that there's going to be a lot of mixed feelings, but me, I think I love it. Now, it kind of looks plain right now, but this is going to be a fully loaded steering wheel, meaning it's also going to have paddle shifters. It's going to have the aftermarket airbag. It's going to have aftermarket trims, you know, so it's going to have carbon fiber every single way. Well, I think what makes these steering wheel look weird on a lot of cars is people just get it and they put the stock airbag, they put stock paddle shifters, and it just looks off. But for me, I'm gonna go all the way above and beyond. But anyways, let's actually start disassembling the steering wheel in the car and put this one on. So the finished product should look something like this, except it should have like 2 long ass aggressive paddle shifters pointed out. I personally think that's gonna look hella sick. I don't know, in my opinion, but it's only one way to find out. And yeah, so it's time to find out. Since we are going to be messing with the airbag, it would be a smart idea to just unplug the battery, and also make sure your key fob is far away from the car so that the car is not sensing the key fob at all, because the last thing you want is to be working on your airbag and something goes kaboom. So make sure you unplug your battery first. Also, guys, I also want to say this, guys, this is not a tutorial on how to install your steering wheel. No, it's not. If you see me not including steps in the clips, it's because it's not a tutorial, okay, guys? All right, but here we go. All right, guys, since we have the negative and the positive side out, we just wait a few minutes to make sure that all power to the car is actually gone. And I'm gonna just give you guys an idea of how this will look in the car. It will look kind of something like that. Yo, I honestly think it will look fire. Like, yeah, it looks fire right now, and it doesn't even have the paddle shifters on yet. With the paddle shifters, oh my gosh, shit, I think I did something. Yeah, so the car doesn't have power, so now we are going to start to take off this bad boy. Okay, it's hot. So the first thing we're going to do is, as you guys can see around the steering wheel, there are like these panels, right? So there's about 3 of these. I'm gonna use this pick tool right here to simply take off the panels. Now you could use flatheads also, but I learned the pick tool is a bit easier, so that's what I'm gonna do. I also forgot to mention, guys, make sure your steering wheel is straight while you are doing this, or as straight as possible. Mine is pretty straight right now. Yeah, but just make sure your steering wheel is straight. Yeah, let's see if we could take this one out. Okay, that was pretty easy. Just fell. Let's put this in a safe spot right there. Oh my gosh, yo guys, it took me like 15 minutes to just take off the damn airbag. So for the airbag, there are 3 pins holding in the airbag. A pin is located here. It's located above, so it's located towards the up direction. A video I was watching was not clear about that, so I had to like fish around, but I found it. It's located towards the upside, right? There are 2 pins located here. One is located on the bottom, one is located on the top. So 2 pins on this side, 1 pin on this side located at the top. The 2 pins on this side, one is located on the bottom, the other one is located at the top. Man, I just saved you guys like 20 minutes. Fuck, man, this sun also. Anyways, we still gotta work. So we do have the airbag off now. With that all disconnected, right? All we have to do is simply take this and slowly remove it. Slowly, because it's still attached to the airbag wires. It's really hard to do shit with like one hand. But I'm gonna show you guys the top. So ever so slightly, do not pull anything because you guys see all this attachments here. So I'm gonna use a flathead or the pick to just take out these, and also I'm gonna just take out all these wires, and I'm gonna come back to you guys. And all right guys, I think the airbag is out. Let me just, I'm just playing, guys. The airbag came out safely, and yeah, it's out. Now, I might actually process this airbag off camera, which basically means I'm gonna just take it apart and I'm gonna put it back together with the new airbag cover. Or I might just do it on camera, I don't know. But it's so hot though. I just can't emphasize how hot it is. Like, I wish I was on the beach right now. But anyways, yeah, moving on to the rest of the steering wheel now. Guys, so I unplugged this clip, right? This blue clip, and I unplugged this black clip. And I also created a little mark right on the center of that, right? Because what we're about to do is we're about to take off the steering wheel, and the last thing you want to do is break your clock spring, right? I almost broke mine in my G37 when I did this, but I did not, right? So, and also, you also want to make sure your steering wheel is straight. So that's why I made a notch right there, if you guys can see it, right in the center, so that when I put on the new steering wheel, I know that whether or not this is centered or not, and if it's not, I could just adjust it just a tiny bit so that this is back in the center. Well, I believe you need a 19mm socket in order to take out the steering wheel, and it's also recommended to have a wrench that's pretty long. I have a short one, so I'm gonna just struggle through it. I just want to say that I loosened the nut with this small ass tool, and I banged my head on top of the car at the same time. But at least it's loose. All right, so this is how I almost broke my last clock spring in the G37, right? So the nut was off and I just pulled it and I almost destroyed it. So I learned. So instead of pulling it, what we're gonna do is we're gonna bang around the steering wheel a couple of times, either clockwise or counterclockwise, just to make sure that it's loose, because I don't think anyone has ever taken off the steering wheel before. I'm probably the first person, so here we go. Shit, I gotta be careful. This is pretty fucking hard. What the? I gotta. someone freestyle in the comments. We have the wheel loose and we have the nut off. Also, guys, if you notice, right, there's something I'm not using, and it's power tools, right? You don't want to use power tools for any of this at all. You just want to use hand tools. So do not use power tools because you're not trying to over torque something and have something snap, especially because you are working with the airbag steering wheel. And yeah, if you mess up your steering wheel, obviously you can't drive your car anymore. So make sure you use only your hands for this. And once all is said and done, you should have this. Yep, a steering wheel, a fully loaded steering wheel in my hand, and yeah, and an empty steering, whatever this is. Yep, it's time to transfer everything now. We are inside. Guys, I don't think anyone ever says this, and I don't know why, but when you are taking off your parts from your stock steering wheel, make sure you plug it right back into your aftermarket steering wheel so that you don't get confused as to where things go. So that's what I'm doing one by one. I'm looking on YouTube, and people are just taking it all off, and at the end they just have a pile of parts. Best believe you don't want that. Just take it off and plug it in. That's it. That's the easiest way, especially if you have a bad memory like I do. Guys, we kind of have a hiccup, a small hiccup, but it's kind of a huge hiccup because if I can't fix it, I can't install the wheel. So I was unloosening all the bolts, right? All of them were coming off fine except for this one bolt. You guys can see. Now, I did not use a power tool for this. I used my hand. This is my hand, and I'm stripping it, kind of. Yo, this thing is in so fucking tight. I think they over torqued this for sure. Guys, I always have bad luck, so I tried everything. I tried to put some WD-40 on it. I tried all these tools. Nothing is working. So I think I'm gonna have to go to a shop, just ask them if they could just take off this one bolt. This is like insane. At first I thought it was rust, but I don't know. It's just so annoying. Something so small just makes us so happy. Yo, they got it out. Yo, shout out to this place. Yo, I come here all the time. I took my Lexus IS 250 here, and I took my RCF here, and I think I took my G37 here. But yo, shout out to this shop. They always come in clutch. Yo, it's time to go. Yo, honestly, yo, fuck this screw. I don't. Yeah. Some of you guys may think I'm insane or crazy, in which I am, but I've actually left my RCF out. The reason why I leave it outside with everything just open and down is because it doesn't have a steering wheel. So like, even if you try to steal it, like how on earth are you driving away? I'm gonna show you guys. So this is pretty much how it looks like. And also, I forgot to say, it doesn't have any power also. So like, there's no power. That's why I just left. I went to a whole shop. Now it's time to go back into the workshop. We put the new piece on this wheel, and I might only run one screw here because it's pretty sturdy as it is. But if I do find another screw that fits, I'm gonna just put it in. Guys, so we have another hiccup. So the paddle shifters I got, right, does not actually fit the steering wheel, strangely enough. So the harness is actually a different sized harness. So the harness they gave me does not fit this. So that's another hiccup. But right now I am processing the airbag, as in I'm taking off this cover and I'm putting on the new airbag cover. So I'm kind of thinking about running the paddle shifters still, but they won't be functional. I don't know if that's the best idea, or just keeping the stock paddle shifters and just waiting for another set to come in. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know though. All right, guys, so we did install the steering wheel into the car, and I'm gonna be honest, even though it doesn't have the full carbon fiber paddle shifters, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. So I'm gonna just show you guys it right now. So yeah, guys, this is the steering wheel. What do you guys think? Is it rice? Does it look nice? Or should I have gotten the other half? I'm gonna be honest, in my opinion, I love it. And I actually can't wait to get the paddle shifters that actually fit. I am annoyed that I'm gonna have to take this wheel back off to install the paddle shifters that fit, but it's not a crazy process though. Like, I'm just taking it off. I'm not taking it apart. So it should be a straightforward process. But yeah, guys, I like it. I just wish, as I said before, that I had the carbon fiber paddle shifters to like extend, but regardless, I think the car looks pretty nice. Now the fitment of this steering wheel is, I'll give it a 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10, only because if you guys check right here, you probably can't see, right, but I have some space there and I try to fix it as best as I can, but that's the best I could do. I don't know if it's the steering wheel or if it's just me because I did install it myself. And yeah, but overall, guys, this is a pretty solid steering wheel. I did do a couple test runs, and I'm gonna be honest, the feel is different. Driving a car definitely feels different with this steering wheel. It is a tad bit harder to drive, but that's expected. But yeah, definitely can't do any burnouts in this. I mean, I can, but I can't do I can't drift essentially, but I never did anyways, and I never plan to. But yeah, this is the wheel, and now that we have this installed, I'm gonna just get some point of view drives now so that you guys can see how it is to drive this thing. All right, it's hot. I might shower first also. I'm gonna just pump some gas, then we are on our way. Sheesh, yo, that thing looks really nice over there. That looks really dope. If only it had paddle shifters though. If only. I honestly think it flows perfectly with the gauge cluster, in my opinion. What do you think, Kat?
I think it does too.
You think so?
Especially with that gauge cluster.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's fire.
Hell yeah.
And this was my vision. It's not complete yet because, you know, there's no paddle shifters, but when the paddle shifters are here, yo, oh my gosh. It's gonna look like the Batmobile. Guys, right? This feels normal. I'm gonna be honest. I'm enjoying this, as you guys can see.